Hello Leo, and welcome to your March 2019 general read. I'm Jade with yesYesYes, and welcome back to my channel. For the new people, thanks for joining us. What we're going to do is we're going to start with an overall view. I did a 2019 where I drew cards for each month, so that's what we're going to go with. This is a general read, so if it resonates, amazing. Do hit that like, share, or subscribe button. Leave me a comment if it resonates. I'd love to hear from you. And what am I missing? Oh, if you want to have a personal reading, reach out. I've got all of that information listed in the box below, a direct link to my website, all that, and then also the information on the card decks. So I think that's it. Let's get started. So Leo, this is your year. You're in fire. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and so fire is your card for the year. So what this is telling me is that this is a year for you to not only be in your literal element, but to utilize this energy. So you are going to be active, creative, passionate this whole year. Now, it might come and go, right? It may ebb and flow is the term, right? So we're going to see how this month goes. I feel like this month might be a flowing rather than an ebbing or a swell. But for the most part, Leo, this is such a great year for you that it's okay if you need to chill out for a month, all right? So let's see how this month unfolds. The overall for this month we got from the Lenormand and the Line Strider deck, we have the Fool, new beginnings, but this is also new beginnings kind of just jumping out in the world, okay? There's complete white around this person, and he doesn't even have a face, but it's with complete abandon, just jumping, right? Not even knowing if you're gonna land, and taking what little you need on this journey, but jumping forward. Now, here's what's interesting is that the Lenormand deck, the Clarifier, is actually the Clouds, which is a confusing card. It's a card of confusion. So I think that what might be happening currently for you, Leo, is that, and if this is resonating, this is for you. If you are in a place of needing to take a leap, starting something new, but you're confused about it, that's what this reading is going to give us some more light towards. So this could be, it could be a relationship reading, it could be a finance reading. We'll see what comes out. And we're going to use the Klimt Tarot to do so. I have pre-shuffled the deck, but I want to see, okay, we're ready to start. Sometimes they stick right away. That's why I love this deck. So for Leo, let's see what we have. We've got the Three of Cups in reverse for the past. We also have the Knight of Pentacles in the past. And we have the Lovers in the past. Okay, might feeling one more for this line. And then we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay. So it's looking to me, we might have a love connection here that was happening in the past, and it could have been something that didn't work out, that there were too many cooks in the kitchen, too much play, too much celebration. It wasn't as serious as you wanted it to be. It might have begun as something being serious. It might have seemed as if it was true, but it turned out that it wasn't, and you just kind of got stuck in it, where you might have felt it was time to leave, or the other person might have tried to leave, but it just feels like a stagnancy, right? The need to move on, but not really doing so. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of slow growth, slow offerings, slow movement. So that's why I'm saying like two stagnation cards. And then we have the Three of Cups in reverse, which can mean that there is three people, and it could be that you had that type of relationship where there were three people kind of working together, and it just didn't work out. The Lovers is really, yes, it's a card of deepening with another, but it's a card of Gemini, so I will say that. And what's really happening here is that there's a choice that needed to be made to get out of this stagnancy, okay? So if the relationship was too many people, wasn't getting to the place of commitment, I'm feeling like, you know, it just kind of stagnated. It needed to move on, but that was kind of what was going on for you. All right, so now we have 7 of Wands in reverse. We have the Emperor in reverse, and we also have the Knave of Chalices. Okay, so there's our 7 of Wands in reverse. Emperor in reverse, and the Knave of Chalices. All right, so again, a little bit of a struggle, needing to stand your boundaries, but not doing so. Really, this energy of authoritativeness, and I don't know if that was the person that you were working, that you know, the type of energy that you were working with, and you're just trying to cut that out and saying like, no, this doesn't work for me. This is, you know, Aries energy, and sometimes too much fire does not work. So if you are a Leo with an Aries, you might have found that there might have been some challenges because there was just too much fire. And then also the Aries fire is different than the Leo fire, of course. But what this card really is about is authoritativeness, someone wanting to be in control. And I don't feel like Leos have any desire to be controlled unless it's in the bedroom and you're kind of into that thing. But for the most part, this is not going to work for you. And I feel like that's why it's in reverse. It's like, look, this whole thing was not what I signed up for. Whatever this, you know, if it was a throuple, if it was, you know, really wanting to deepen a connection with somebody, and they just weren't making the commitment. That's what I'm seeing. The Knave of Chalices is the page, and it's just saying, you know, that it seems like this relationship was only offering you a little bit of emotional security, but not really that much. And that's not for you, Leo. That is not enough for a Leo, and that is not what Leos need. Leos deserve better. We all know this. Leos let us know this. Thank you very much. So, whatever was going on in the past, not enough for you. We got you. All right, let's go on to the future. I want to see what's going on in the present. Okay, I've got 4 of Wands. Do I like this? And 4 of Chalices, double 4s. Hey. So 4 of Wands, a strong foundation. You might be laying laying a new foundation with perhaps this, but I'm not sure. Let's see. And then 4 of Cups is telling me that you want it to be emotionally satisfying. You just haven't figured out how. Okay, they're both in the upright, which is good. Now we've got a burden, a 10 of Wands. Okay, so we could just be working out this 4 of Cups issue. And then the Justice card. Libras stepping into the picture. Leo, I'm really enjoying this reading because I'm kind of rooting for you here. All right, so you're really wanting this strong familial foundation. It's here for you, okay? There are 4 cups. There are 4 emotional securities here for you. However, you're just not seeing it. I don't know if it's this yet, okay? It could just be that we're talking about this Libra, we're talking about balance, but whatever it is, you're trying to sort it out in a way that feels less burdensome, okay? You really want it to be easy. It's been too hard in the past. You fought a lot. You don't need to, okay? You're ready for something easy. I feel like this was your fight. This was your fight, and now you're just ready to not fight anymore. You want it to be balanced, and you want to be in relationship that is balanced. This is definitely feeling a relationship. You've got the 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, and then the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. 9 of Pentacles is you kind of being on your own, really enjoying what you have built in your life. So I think that this is, for you, Leo, it's looking at really enjoying the money that you have made, enjoying the status that you have built, enjoying the home that you might have, the car, you know, the things that, you know, and these are earthly pleasures, right? You know, so if it's you cooking for yourself, really enjoying giving yourself all of those things. You don't need to, again, prove yourself to anyone. This is about you really enjoying, saying, you know what? Screw it. I don't need any of this. I have my own strength. I'm fine. I know I can get emotional stability on my own and doing my own thing, really feeling it. 9 of Wands, showing that you have battle wounds, right? It's saying not to give up, but I don't feel like I don't feel like it's telling you to not give up on a relationship. I think it's saying don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the fact that you have so much power and richness and sensuality even, and you have accomplished so much that you don't have to give up anything to anyone. That's how I'm feeling it. Now, the 8 of the coins being here in reverse is showing me that you're just not letting, and it's funny because Leos generally, you tell everyone by being. It's not even like you have to open your mouth. You just are regal. We see your royalty. We see the light that you are. We know that Leos can be on stage. Now there are quiet Leos as well. I know that, but you still have this quiet presence about you, and I feel like you just have been not showing that. Okay, maybe not feeling it, and again, this is really about you and you enjoying everything that you've built for yourself. You don't necessarily have to share it with anyone else. It's all about it's basically saying, look, if you're not going to give me what I deserve, I'm going to give it to myself. I am totally fine watching Netflix on my own, enjoying my couch and my hot tub and my wine and, whatever it is that, that makes you feel good. If it's going out, water skiing, I don't know where that's coming from, taking care of your body, because there's a lot of that as well. You going to the gym. It's you choosing to make those you're making those choices for yourself. You are looking at yourself as the best, which is great. And I think that we all learn that from you, actually, Leo. And we feel that inherently from you. So I feel like that's where you're at presently. Woo, that was a big one. All right, I want to see where we're going. Where are we going? Ooh, the wheel. I'm liking this, Leo. The wheel is in the upright. So things are changing for you. We've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Now, they may not be changing with talking. There might be some communication issues. And what's happening is Mercury's going in retrograde in March. So there's going to be communication issues across the board. Just keep that in mind. Now, we also have the High Priestess in the reverse. So you may be, we're being prompted to look at our intuitively, right? To really set in. And I feel like there's just a little imbalance in feeling and trusting your intuition in the near future. We also have the 6 of Cups in the reverse. Now, something's changing, and I don't feel like it's changing for the worse. I feel like there is a change, a moving, and I think it's just releasing this past energy of not being served, of not being treated the way that you wanted to be treated. You pulled yourself out and you said, look, I'm going to give myself everything that I want, and now the universe is starting to give you everything that you deserve, okay? Not maybe one person in particular. Now, here's the thing. We've got some challenges coming up in March, in the near future. We've got being communicated with clearly, okay? This is communication coming into you. So people might be speaking in tongues. People might be, I mean, not literally, but maybe literally, but people might be not telling you the truth. There might be, and you might find out, like it might be a little sneaky behavior that you find out. Again, using your intuition, being on top of it, trust yourself, trust that you know what's right, okay? So if that energy is around you, trust that you are sensing it, and that is what's happening, and you are going to act and make the best choice for you in your life. The 6 of Cups in the reverse is telling me that you may have a desire, like, we get out of a relationship to a certain point and then we start looking back on it and maybe start thinking about it in terms of it being in a better light than it actually was. So do keep in mind that you don't return back to that. Mercury retrogrades are also notorious for talking to people from the past. So that could be some of this as well. The other thing is that this card, the 6 of Cups in reverse, is really about nostalgia, and it's about childhood memories. And so you might be digging in and overturning that too. I feel like there's a need for release that's coming up in the future here, and it has to do with it has to do with your trusting your intuition. It has to do with clear communication and releasing whatever emotional binds you might have. These are big things to work out, and those are, just having 3 cards saying, here, you got a lot of work to do. Well, nobody likes hearing that. So just keep in mind that it is turning, the wheel is turning in your favor. Having to go into this even little bits, right? It's not saying you have to solve all of your issues in one sitting by any means, but unpacking a little bit, taking a look at it, and then putting it away just a little bit, okay? Try to work really hard at keeping your communication clear. Seeing people, if you feel any deception or if you feel like somebody's working against you, really trust your intuition about it. And do be aware that the tendency is to have somebody come back from the past or to reach out to you to try to pull you back. It could be from a situation that just wasn't working in the near past, okay? See what else we've got. We've got 4 of coins in the reverse, 5 of cups, and Queen of Wands. So the 4 of cups, we're letting go, loosening up. I like that too. We've got 5 of cups. So there is a little bit of disappointment, and that could just be from this process that's coming up. The Queen of Wands, however, I do like that this is your strength here, Leo. So you've got, and I love the queens in the masculine suit. So what you've got is you've got the virility and the action and the passion of your fire sign, but you also have the nurturing element of the queen. You have the emotional and the emotional willingness of the queen. So it's a really fine, beautiful balance that's coming up for you here. Okay, so we're letting go through that process. Maybe what we're talking about, letting go if somebody tries to sneak up, see ya, out. And if there is any disappointment, it's okay. If there's a disappointment that you had to let something go, that's okay too. Just make sure that you're processing through it as best as you can and not holding on to it, okay? Really, with the Queen of Wands being here, she's saying to actually allow whatever that emotional stirring is to come up and out, and then use it in action form. So if you have a creative project that you are being guided towards, right? You may not even be an artist, but you might have an artistic idea, okay? Go for it, but really utilize that emotional issue, whatever it is that emotionally gets stirred this month, use it for creating something. And maybe it's just doing something new at work, right? Looking at your job in a different way. It could be something that simple. So keep that in mind. I just want to pull, I'm feeling like there's just a couple more cards, and I'm actually gonna, okay, that might be one. Oh, there's Tower in the reverse. Okay, and one more for Leo. Okay, I've got 2 more because they wouldn't let go. All right, so we have the Tower in the reverse. So something coming in, there might be some resistance to this change, but I really feel like it's a good change for you. We got King of Wands in the reverse. So it's telling me that you really have to dig in with this emotional connection to yourself. Whatever this process is that needs to come out, let it come out, okay? 5 of Wands, there's a little bit of struggle in it, okay? So there's a bit of fighting, and what I'm saying is that it's just resistance, okay? So this is, let's see, we're talking about the clear communication with someone. Perhaps this is someone from your past, but really use your intuition about them in the future. Things are changing, okay? So if you're feeling good now, just know that there's a little bit of change that might try to throw you off a bit, okay? Now, it is telling me that you are feeling good, so it's not to say that I'm wishing anything negative by any means. I'm just saying that the card is showing me, and usually when it's upright, it's a positive change. So I think that even though we might be resisting some of the stuff that's coming up, and keep in mind, there is a Mercury retrograde that is going to throw everybody for a tailspin. There is, let me see, Uranus is also going into Aries. I mean, not Aries, excuse me, Taurus. So everything's going to be shifting again. I think Chiron is shifting into Aries. So there's lots of planetary shifts where the energies are just a little unsettled in March. So what I think is happening is that it's just going to stir up some things that we have to deal with that we didn't realize we needed to deal with, and it just makes us uncomfortable because we have to deal with things. Because things might feel really good right now, and now all of a sudden, I got to deal with stuff. Like I had just, you had just gone through some relationship and that wasn't serving you. You stood your ground. You said, nope, I'm feeling good. I'm going to give to me. Life is great. And then the universe is like, well, let's also look at why you bring these relationships on into your life. Like that actually is stemming from a long-term pattern that you had from childhood. And so you see what I'm saying? Like that's what's going to be coming up it's you're making the right choices. You're doing everything perfectly. And there's just a little bit more of the process that you have to go through. This is next leveling. But in order to level up, you have to dig in and go down just a little bit. So it's the 2 steps, wait, what is it? 1 step, 2 steps backwards, 1 step backward, 2 steps forward. I'm changing it. That's what it is. So you have to dig in. I was talking about this analogy where if you're on a starting block, you have to push up against the starting block in order to propel yourself forward. You have to push down into the earth in order to jump up, okay? So that's what's really happening here. That's what we're talking about, is that you have to dig in to uncover just a little bit of gunk as to why these patterns are repeating in order to propel yourself forward to not have these patterns repeat anymore. Hope that makes sense. Woo! Leo, there's some amazing changes coming for you. I feel like this is the card that you should remember, though. Ultimately, the wheel is coming for you. She's turning everything in your favor, okay? So, be gone with whatever this mess was in the past. They didn't treat you right. They didn't give you what you deserved. You're giving yourself what you deserve. You're not going to allow for anything more than, or anything less than what you deserve. Beautiful. And the universe is going to come in and say, are you sure? Are you sure? And you just might have to state it again and again, a few more times. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I don't want that. Yes, I do not want that. You have to just be clear on it. Be clear, because if there's something coming from the past that's going to try to tempt you back in, you have to hold yourself accountable for what you really want in life, how you really view your life. And as this person who might be coming back, do they give back to you in the way, and with all of the gifts and all of the love, everything that you deserve, as well as what you give? Like, is it an even give and take? So you're gonna have to ask yourself. There is definitely some confusion about this new change that you're going through, okay? Leo, I hope this helps. If you want a private reading, if you want to talk to me a little bit more about it, I'd love to work with you. My website info is in the box below. If you resonate with this, I really like to hear about this, because this one was really interesting, Leos. I'm wishing you all the best here coming up for March, and for now, I'm going to send you all of my love.